Yeah. Hi, this is Tracy Eaton from Remarkable Franchises with another interview, and I'm so excited for this interview, mainly because I am here with one of the most special people in my life, my business partner and great friend Yvette Shoulders, co-founder of Remarkable Franchises. And the reason that I get to interview her today is because she is the 2018 Western Australian Woman in Franchise of the Year, and we are so proud. Congratulations, Yvette.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I just wanted to ask Yvette a couple of questions because she put together a great submission with lots and lots of information, and she is a committee member of the WA chapter of the Franchise Council of Australia and also in the Women in Franchising Committee as well. So she really does a great contribution to the franchising sector in WA and hence Australia-wide as well. So Yvette, I've just got a couple of questions for you, as well as recognising you for this great achievement, which we are so happy that you have achieved this. That's great. And she goes on to the national finals in October at the National Franchise Convention too, and we wish her every success. Anyway, so first of all, Yvette, with our business, Remarkable Franchises, so what are a couple of the things that you're really proud of what we do that really contributes to the franchise sector?
Oh, good question. Look, there's a lot of things I'm really proud of that we do. I guess coming into the sector, several years back, 4 or 5 years ago, we came from an environment where we worked with entrepreneurs and business people. We were very focused at the future. Our mentor is a futurist. And so I'm very keen to understand the trends impacting business and how it impacts business, and how keeping up to date is more and more important with the pace and speed of change. So I guess the biggest thing I'm most proud of is coming into the franchise sector and actually seeing that the sector is probably operating in not all brands, but in a lot of brands behind the business world in terms of its progressive nature. And
behind that entrepreneurship.
Correct, yeah. Correct. And just given the nature of franchising, not all franchisees, I would say, have the same entrepreneurial kind of drive, and some of the reasons they buy into a system is because of the types of people they are. And so really coming into the sector and with a focus on finding the gaps where we could really support franchisees to be more successful and, make great life choices and develop businesses that deliver on their lifestyle choices while actually making an impact on the world and giving back and actually providing opportunities for the future as well. So I guess really that kind of area where we play in the franchise sector around franchise culture, franchisee education and development and coaching, I think that's probably the area I'm most proud of, and seeing the actual results we're getting with franchisees as well.
Yeah, and really, I guess in what we're doing, really filling the gap, because franchise brands, do provide a great level, and obviously they provide different levels depending on the network, of operational and compliance, of the doing of the business, and lots of support in that area. But with regards to the individual development that a franchisee might need to do for their entrepreneurship and with their business skills, that's an area obviously that we provide a lot of support in.
Yeah, look, every franchisee is a unique mix of skill, personality, experience. They need to be dealt with separately and individually, and understanding that. And I think that's where I'm most proud how we can support the sector in actually moving down a more customised, personalised pathway like the world is moving towards.
Yeah, and at the same time, really be able to support the franchise brands, because, it's in bridging that gap, we're enabling franchisees to better take advantage of the awesomeness that they've brought into in their franchise network.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, so Yvette's inspired by a lot of people, right? I know this, but for your benefit, I want to ask you, so give me a couple of examples of who inspires you and what for or why.
Yeah, look, I'm inspired by people at all levels, from, my 9-year-old child that, continues to surprise me daily, and to, franchisees we've worked with who have overcome difficulties, or, just their diligence in and drive in trying to make things work and be developing themselves to be more successful, to, you know, well-known personalities like Richard Branson, who and Elon Musk, and, you know, that really are leading in terms of development and the future of the world and society, and bringing communities together and giving back to people, women like Sarah Blakely, who's, you know, the first and youngest billionaire in the US, the founder of Spanx, and, you know, Janine Ellis in our local community, where she's built a brand, being a mother and a parent and, you know, a wife, and, you know, just what it takes, the grit to actually get through that and develop something so iconic and be so recognised, you know. So, yeah, lots of people inspire me.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Yvette and me as well, we both continue to be inspired by people every day. And the thing is, even, and I know you agree with this, is that even with the tough times that the franchise sector's going through, especially here in Australia with the parliamentary inquiry and things like that, and there's a lot of negative stuff going on, but even with all the negative stuff going on, there's always inspiration to be found. And
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and not only in the success stories either. There's inspiration to be found in the hardship that franchisees and franchise companies go through too, and the way that adversity actually enables them to step up as human beings.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so the last thing I want to talk to Yvette about, so she's just won the Woman in Franchising Award. And it's like, well, you know, why does there need to be an award for a woman in franchising? You know, men, women, all that sort of stuff. So I really get your thoughts on this whole women in franchising and why there needs to be an award, and just your take on that whole thing.
Yeah, look, being a person that is really pro-equality and really probably egalitarian kind of environments, this has often weighed heavily on me, the whole male, you know, having groups that are specifically for women, having awards specifically for women. And it really made me think about the whole, why would we do that? And it made me think, well, women are a minority in a lot of sectors. And we can probably say in the franchise sector that is true. You know, there's less women franchisees, although that's shifting with the whole mobile service, home service kind of support service, solopreneur franchises, giving more women opportunities to step up.
And the thing is, it is shifting, but it's not there yet.
It's not there. So, and, you know, it is a predominantly male-led sector. And so if you want to bring balance and change anything, you need to put focus on it. So while it may not be necessary forever to have a support group like the Women in Franchise group, or an award like the, you know, Woman of the Year, Franchising Woman of the Year, until you get that balance, you need to put a focus on it. And I guess having these kind of awards and groups that support women, the whole purpose behind it is to encourage women to step up and take ownership and be bold in actually driving the equality, and not to just accept that there are quotas and being just a number. That's not what we want, and that's certainly not equality. It's actually undermining what we're seeking, not just as a woman, but as a race and as a community and as a world, to actually drive equality. So for me, it's a really important way of actually putting the focus on driving towards an outcome that will be more positive in the long run.
Yeah, and look, Yvette mentioned, look, we're certainly anti-quota for women when it's not merited. Like, certainly when there is a qualified woman for a position, I can understand, you know, why quotas would be in place to help that imbalance. But the last thing that either of us would want is a woman to be,
women in general, to be honest.
Exactly, is to have a woman up there or on a panel or in a board or whatever because they're a token woman. That just undermines everything that equality stands for.
And that I think the United Nations global goals are seeking to achieve as well, in terms of gender equality and things like that. So, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Great. Well, it's been absolutely awesome speaking with Yvette, and I'm so proud and so happy to be able to do that. And as you can see, we've been squinting away. It's one of a rare sunny days here in Perth in the middle of winter. It's been absolutely freezing. So we're actually about to go and celebrate Yvette's award. So we thought we'd share with you first. And then we're going to head inside. As you can see, we're sitting in South Perth, overlooking the beautiful Swan River. And so we're going to stop squinting now and actually go and, should we go have a glass of wine?
I think so.
Okay, thank you and bye for now.